of life and age groups face difficulties and challenges in their mental health at some point during their lives.
Emotional trauma has profound consequences that have an economic impact on society and on the quality of life of individuals and families.
Right now is a speech for bipolar people before we begin the parade.
Organizations and agencies in our community raise public awareness about the discrimination and stigma attached to mental health.
This is about the speech of mental health before we do the parade, people.
Individuals, including artists, contribute to this process through their art, educational endeavors, and other supporting actions and efforts.
All discrimination, they fight with discrimination for human rights.
The speech is almost over. Hi.
In order to empower and improve the quality of life for Psychiatric, survivors, and other marginalized and disadvantaged by our society.
A couple more speakers.
We must all be committed to the values of acceptance, self-determination, respect of individuality, and strongly believe in the intrinsic worth and dignity of every human being.
Now, therefore, in the City of Toronto, we proclaim July 14th, 2007, Mad Friday!
It is now time to move on to the parade.
Now, please join me in welcoming our very handsome City Councillor, Gord Potts.
That's the City Councillor. City Councillor.
Who's feeling proud of themselves today? Look at all these beautiful faces around here in the crowd today. Every one of them different. Every one of them unique. Every one of them special. Every one of them a human being. It's such a joy to be here with you. Happy Mad Pride! I want you all to just take a moment and look around at the beautiful faces in this crowd. Recognize that everyone in this crowd is a different and special person, but is also just the same as you, a human being with the rights to dignity, the rights to self-determination, the rights to housing, and the rights to the social services that let us live our lives in dignity. Congratulations to all of you for being here. I'm so proud to be with you today. I'm so proud you've organized this. Hell, I'm just proud.
And now it's my great pleasure to introduce Sherry DeNovo, the MPP. And she is a wonderful, wonderful MPP.
Who's mad today? Okay, I'll tell you some of the things I'm mad about. I'm mad that we don't have decent housing. Yes, who's mad about that? I'm mad that we don't have a $10 an hour minimum wage yet. Who's mad about that? I'm mad that we haven't had a decent increase in ODSP rates. I'm mad about that. Who's mad about that? I'm mad that we've got increasing privatization of our healthcare system and that meds aren't covered. Who's mad about that? Yeah. Yeah, and what passes for sanity at Queen's Park these days? Let me tell you. What passes as sanity is $40 to $45 billion going into nuclear reactors. That passes as sane. Who's mad about that? And what passes as sanity is raise to politicians, giving Dalton McGuinty an extra $40,000 a year in his pocket. How many of you got a 25% increase in what you earned last year? I'm mad about that, and that passes as sanity. So enough for sanity. We're all mad today. We're proud of being mad. That's great. And I also want to acknowledge some phenomenal people today here. We've got Parkdale Activity and Recreation Centre and the drummers. Let's hear it for Park. We've got Voices from the Street here today, a phenomenal outreach group. Let's hear it for Voices from the Street. We've got Susan Gapka today, a celebrity from Trans Health Lobby. Welcome, Susan. Way to go. And let's hear for getting gender identity into the Human Rights Code. I'm mad that it's not. And also, and this is a new group. Oh, and by the way, before we go any farther, where is Ruth? Come on up here, Ruth. Ruth, I got about like 452 emails from this woman. She is really the heart and soul of this event. If you don't know that, let's hear it for the Friendly Spike Theater and Ruth.
Speech is almost done.
And anybody else we haven't acknowledged? Any other group that's here today that really needs their name shouted out?
Soundtimes!
Okay, way to go. Let's hear for them. Counseling here today. Let's hear from counseling.
Parkdale Legal Services, Peggy Deho.
Bastard Nation is here today. Let's hear from Bastard Nation. Insane Geniuses are here today. Let's hear from Insane Geniuses. So on behalf of all the mad politicians and behalf of all the mad people here, are we mad? Yes. Are we proud? Yes. Let's be mad and proud. Rock on with the band.
Alright, now it's time for the moment we've been waiting for, the parade. So we're going to be pushing a bed.
It's my pleasure to welcome our MPP, another wonderful Peggy Nash.
Turns out, maybe later.
Thanks, Peggy. It's a pleasure to be here today. Some people say you have to be mad to go into politics, so I feel very at home here today. Who is mad here? Very proud to be here in support of Mad Pride Day. I want to commend the work of so many of you, Park in particular, who I've worked with. I know they do amazing work. Let's give a good round of applause for Park. Thank you so much. And I was very pleased a little while ago to remember a member of our community who needs remembering, a woman named Rose McGarty, whose life was taken away, but who had given so much during her life to the community. And it's important that we not be defined by our death, but that we be defined by our lives and our contribution in life. And it's easy to do a lot of good work if you're born with privilege and you don't face any challenges.
Right on.
But if you face a lot of challenges, well, let me ask, how many people here face some challenges? And does it take courage to face those challenges? Yes. And are you proud to face those challenges? But we also need to stick together. We also need help. And I didn't want Rose to be remembered for her death. I wanted her to be remembered for her life. And I offered a scholarship of $500 to a student at Parkdale Collegiate who was working to end violence against women and who was working to give back to the community. And I want to offer another $500 scholarship for a woman in the community who is wanting to get back to school, who has faced a lot of challenges and otherwise would not be able to further her education, an adult woman who's facing the challenges that so many here are facing. And I want to thank Peggy Gale for her work and the work of PAVE for raising the issues of violence against women, especially very poor women, women facing multiple challenges. And it's a pleasure to work with you and to help other women